Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3 and version 11.3.5 and the Germany campaign. And as you can see, our expansion phase is continuing. We are moving up our forces. Things are going a tiny bit slowly, mind you, in a couple of spots. We did see a couple of breaks of a few divisions, but nothing kind of too crazy. And we've got another encirclement over here. Now, the other bit of rather interesting news is that we were able to take... God, words fail me. We were able to take Leningrad. Now, that is one hell of a prize. That's going to massively impact the Soviet Union. They're 50% now towards capitulation with the fall of Leningrad. And we are starting our push towards Stalingrad. Now, there are some units that are starting to get together in this part of the world, but none of them are what I would say particularly amazing, and the Romanians have made it over the Kerch Peninsula. So they are now going to start moving into the Caucasus for us, along with Iran and Turkey. So that is really useful. We're going to start to surround them on all fronts. Now, we do have a fair amount of reinforcement that's ongoing, but we're only up to 181, which isn't the biggest ever, and we can start moving our units north towards trying to take Murmansk, which is worth 2 victory province points, so that's something. Now, we are fighting at Novgorod, we're fighting at Talvin, and we've got some more places in this part of the world to kind of get towards, but the big cheese, the one that we want, is we want to try and take Moscow. If we can take Moscow, then we'll be in a really good spot. Krasnodar, Maikop, those will be good. Stalingrad is worth 10, but Kubyshayev is worth 15. So kind of these provinces over here, all of these would be brilliant gets if we can get to them in really short order. But as you can see, victory province-wise, there's a lot of them that are within our grasp now. And we've got a fair amount of time. We've got about 2 months before the weather is going to really turn against us. So as long as we can keep things kind of going, and we can... Well, as long as we can keep things going, then we'll be in pretty good, safe hands, I think, is what I'm hoping, at least. Now, we do have some reinforcements on the way. And we are trying to move on Kalach to move towards Stalingrad, because if we can take Stalingrad, then pretty much everything starts to favour us. And I'm already starting our offensive towards... As you can see, I'm moving units in the direction, but I'm already moving towards Kubyshayev, because if we can take that, then that shuts down their ability to get a lot of their spawned-in divisions. So, yeah, lots of good news. Now, fuel is favouring us, which is good. And I don't think we've got huge amounts of, like, kind of bombing going against us at the moment. Now, I am attempting, somewhat badly, because what we want to try and do is we want to try and keep this little encirclement of a couple of divisions closed off. And then we're going to try and move down there as well. Okay, and yeah, we've got some other units and things ready to cross over here. And I think I saw the Ferdinand just break. We're going to move you over there. I don't like the braking, I've got to say. The braking is not good. Okay. That closed that off. But yeah, the fall of Leningrad That's one of those events that's very important. Ooh. That's a lot of breakage. We might need to think about kind of just taking a chillax for a bit. It must be said. Because we could be reaching the end of our kind of rope. We want you to move there. We want you to go that way. Yeah, the surround of Moscow is kind of the most important thing at the moment. I don't like all the braking we've got going on here at the moment. That is a problem. Right, anyone else struggling? Yeah, apparently some divisions over there. And then, yeah, you fine gentlemen, you can make your way that way. But yeah, a few breaks, not great, but also not the worst thing in the world. Especially when we've got an immediate attack there. There are a lot of forces in this part of the world, it must be said. Like, you know, they've got a lot of divisions over there. If we could wheel north and cut them off, then that'd be very helpful. But I mean, we're not exactly dealing with... There's a lot of units, but we're having to play this quite smart because supply is becoming an issue in a few places. And yeah, I want the bloody Romanians to hurry up and move. Get her going. What you doing? Yeah, we've got units pretty much everywhere. And how are you finding things? I don't suppose you could push in there, could you? They maybe can. Let's take all of these. Start doing a little bit of ground attack work. And these breaks are not good. Just let them kind of reorganize themselves a little bit. I think we're struggling a little bit because we're just lacking. Yeah, so there's a bit of a gap here that we need to close off, and we are doing it with this group here. Right, let's not go overboard. Let's just try and do the little things well. Not win there, but this battle in the north is going well, so that's good. And our reinforcement requests have dropped a tiny bit. They'll probably change immediately. And ooh, a little bit more of that good stuff. So a little bit more leadership. Won't say no to that. Fighter bombers, sure. And let's do another 2 projects. Love it. Perfect. So a lot of our air stuff should be out pretty soon. Metal for money. I mean, we could always do a little bit more money, to be honest with you. Our fuel will be out within 1 day. That shows you some of the problems we have at the moment. And yeah, we are closing in on Kubishayev. Well and truly. Ah, Struba. Oh, there's more tanks over here than I thought there were. That is actually good, because that will help with these movements around here. You're an expeditionary group, of course you are. Because you can help protect the flank, is what I'm thinking. Because a pair of Panzer units, heavy tanks, not involved in combat, mind you. So we actually have more tank divisions over here than I thought we did. I thought we were lacking a little bit, but it appears I was a little bit wrong on the disposition of forces. So that's good at least. And especially when I've got reinforcements of things on the way, because if we can close off from the north, then, you know, there are less units in the south to kind of cause problems on this. And we want to try and separate the units in the south from the units in the north. Well, let's try and move on Gorky. Some of those divisions and things have seen better days, let's put it that way. We definitely need to kind of rest and recoup a little bit. Okay, so that's a mighty fine victory that we've managed to win ourselves there. Especially when we tie in the fact that we've got a victory coming in this part of the world, because if we can link up over here, then that'll save us a little bit more on the old unit front as well. Okay. If you guys could help in that area, and then we could use these guys to help finish up over here, then that all comes together quite nicely. Okay. Around and round we go. But yeah, our invasion into kind of this Moscow area, that's going to be difficult to shake. Though we are winning. It'd be lovely if you guys would actually, you know, hurry the hell up and get into place. Because, like, that unit there, slow. Okay, and Yet another break. Not so good. Just need to give our units a little bit of a rest, as I say. Like, they're struggling a little bit. Come on, in you go. There we go. Lovely. And we've got more than enough IC to kind of quite neatly move things along. Let's move you over there. Like, rather than moving south, let's keep the pressure going. Because we don't need everyone kind of moving the same direction. We need to allow our units to function well. And you've got some nice anti-tank. Let's have a look at these combats. Stop that there, please. Stop that there. Like, we can win that. Let's be more clever about this. So you head around there, like help cover the flanks. Like let's do a little bit less of the stupid attacks and a bit more of the intelligent movements. And then you two can go like this, you see. If you attack. And you attack. Then we can, there we go, that makes that front a little bit shorter. We can move up the units that have had some recent breaks. And then all of you. And we can support attack with you. Can do something like that. Dietrich's taking a little bit of damage there. As is this one in Narva. But what I'm thinking is we do a ground attack there. And we collapse things down. And yeah, you know what? You counterattack. You go for it. So 20,000 versus 11. And one division there. Like, yeah, it's not crazy. Just lets our units recover a tiny wee bit. Okay, yeah, and you did manage to break around there, which is good. And yeah, so we can take that around there. We just want to try and surround Moscow, right? And then use some of our infantry and things that we have moving up here just to kind of aid that advance. Support there. The front's a little bit more, or a little less congested than it was previously now, which is good. Looks like there's slightly less stupid battles, which is also positive. they're dug into really strong defensive positions. Same thing with you guys. Like, don't keep the fight going if it seems pointless. Avoid it. Like, we're only interested in the fights where we're going to be, you know, stand a chance of actually winning. See Hoover and Things is wheeling south. That's okay. Mr. Harp. So just knocking him into place. And good Romania. Keep on going. Turkey. I don't suppose you want to try and... So if we give the Turkish people some nice little spots over here. Iran as well. Where are you? Yeah. So Romania will give Turkey. And then we want you all to have a kind of far-off objective of Astrakhan to kind of meet us. And is that Kalach? It is. Okay, love it. Okay, some nice little victories coming through now. Ooh, the 33rd. Ben ran into a bit of a tough one there. See that we've got some units that we can bring over into this part of the world just to lend a hand. Last thing we want to do is run out of steam in the approaches to Stalingrad. Just reinforce a little bit. Let's play this a little bit more strategically. And we're providing a lot of distraction at the moment because Romania should be pushing on up and through. And sure, if they're gonna maintain that convoy and it gets us a little bit more money, then I'm gonna say go for it. Now the retreat event, if we do rest up our divisions a tiny bit, the retreat event could be quite useful. We haven't had a break for a while, so that's something. Let's move you back there just to take out that province. And we're moving on Gorky. Okay. Some of their divisions starting to get a little bit angsty. Just want to see really. So if we wanted to take you, you could go there. Then we could take you immediately north. And that would make them go around this river position, which would be something. Okay, some more partisans. Rather annoying. Not the most annoying partisans in the world, but frustrating nonetheless. Both divisions here took a little bit of a shellacking. We are losing a little bit of fuel. Second light division, sure. We should, in theory, be able to knock this on the head. Right, now how do you feel? Can you make it over? Nah, not so much. But they're in a relatively small pocket here. Like, they do not have a huge amount of options. We just want to get through kind of... We're in the horrible marsh terrain up here at the moment, which always slows people down. Okay. It's not the end of the world. We'll move up a division over here just to lend a bit of a hand. We don't need to hold on to these battles. We can come back to them another time. Okay. And we're somewhat moving out of the kind of... There's lots of forests and things up here, but apart from that, we're moving out of things quite nicely. We've got a decent disposition of forces all over the front. I wish our units would be a tiny bit more effective. Some of them are not very effective at the moment, and it's a bit strange. Thing is, on the defense, like 5 organization against 10, that should be a victory for us on the defense. We will see if that, if my thinking holds true on that. Come on, Romania. You are taking your sweet ass time. Another major defeat. Really? There's some absolute bullshit going on over here. To there. That's good. Take some units and move them back a little bit. Now we want a nice easy victory. You have to move back ASAP. They'll have some organization before that battle. And apparently these guys suck. Apparently they can't even deal with a few Soviets in the rear areas. Not good. Go there. See a little bit of a victory opportunity here. Okay, push towards this Guards Rifle Corps. Sure, why not? Okay, did surround another division, and there's a few more surrounds going on, like there's one down here that's in the process of happening. So that's something. Rush to Kabul. Okay, whatever. As long as we don't get any more stupid breaks, that's all I care about. No. When the provinces get like this, okay, it gets bloody difficult to, like, move things around effectively. Let's defend Leningrad. And deal with the stupid, massive amount of divisions in the rear lines. And yeah, there's this annoying Novgorod excursion. Right then, Brandenburger, move up. And that's okay. We can handle that. Just need the bloody division to move in. It's like 50,000 bloody units behind us that we can't finish up. Okay. You managed to win in there, so that's something. Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be, like, somewhat efficient. Yeah, you're all attacking. You're all trying to head that way. You're trying to go over there. Now we're trying to move. We are trying to move on Stalingrad. We're getting there. This is the part of the campaign that always gets quite annoying when you're just grinding. It's really irritating. I guess. Right, so those divisions there are going to be trapped forever. Because they're in a weirdly low organization area. Right, Soviet railways, right. So, and we won't do that. Pardon me. So, synthetic rubber, sure. Research centers, expand them, expand. And nuclear reactor, yes. The fall of Leningrad. We can break them up for scrap, just because we do need a little bit of scrap. And, well, look at that. Bloody Iranians. Right, I wish you would hurry up and get in, because the third, and you'll be there. There we go. Both made it in. Right, you're going to go over here. We're going to stop worrying about that. We're going to give it like... I mean, there's so many divisions caught here. They're going to have to run out of supply eventually. We've got a decent enough... We've got 50,000 troops in Leningrad to repel them if they decide to attack it. And try and retake it. And ideally, want to try and take as many of these units as we can around so that we can start thinking about how we flank this whole mess of marshland. Okay, and there's a little bit of a counterattack happening there. We're attempting to take this province, and then we'll surround Moscow. Which, that'll be good. That's like positivity. There's like loads of like individual units that are like slowly but surely coming up and through. It's getting very frustrating You know, being delayed by individual patches of stupid forest. Very annoying. Let's not let them break through there. Let's now take these units and have them move around into this area. And then, opportunity. We must seize it because, what's that, 6 divisions? Hey, if we can take out one of those big lumpy messes of units, I'm not going to say no to it. But this is a slog. Let's gain a bit of metal. 9 to Latvia. We'll break more up for scrap. We've got to try and... that buys us another day's worth of... what have we got? We've got about 40 days? Is that about right? Yeah, we've got about 40 days of rares. So... then we're going to be in a bad way. Witzel's moving on up. Not that far away from one another. I mean, if we can take out, as I keep saying, if we can take out 6 divisions, like, that's a lot in the scheme of, like, what's left of the army. That's sizable impact. Attempting to push out a little bit. How are we doing in this part of the world? Pretty well. Right. Can Iraq hurry up and join us? Still a way ways yet. Belarusian partisans. We don't want a stupid partisan attack, but we will make it work. Okay. Not bad. We can use these Volk divisions and all the rest of it to go and sort this out while this all gets handled. I suppose, yeah, you can't attack, can you? Because you're reinforcing. How remarkably irritating. Right. Gonna hit save. And I think I'm going to call it another episode there. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. We've completed the encirclement of Moscow now. So, because we've done that, that gives us a little bit of leeway, because all of their units, if they break and things, will now spawn in this part of the world. So, if we take that, then jobs are good. And now their national unity is down to 80%. So if we can get to Stalingrad and we can take Moscow and Kubishayev, that will do the job. But most of their forces are kind of over here at the moment and facing us in this kind of part of the world. If we can bloody well clean this up, this absolute nightmare, then we'll be pretty much good to go. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you next episode of Hearts of Iron 3. Thanks again. Bye-bye.